Hi guys, Shopper back once again with another mint inbox for TokuToysStore.com. And today we're going to be looking at Kamen Rider Zi-O Trinity. This is one of the newer upgrade forms for Zi-O that also includes gates and was into the mix to kind of give them all an upgrade form at the same time, because having 3 riders at the same time kind of limits what they can do. So let's just give one guy an upgrade that gives everyone an upgrade, in much the same way that Deno did, because this is very much like the climax form where you've got all of the Taros all together in one form. In much the same way, Zi-O Trinity has Zi-O, Gates and was. The box is fairly standard, so let's just take a look straight at the figure. And here is Trinity as a figure, and it's pretty good. For saying that there's going to be a lot of paint apps on this thing, they distributed them fairly evenly, because obviously you're going to have the silver, the gold, the white, the black, the green, the red, the pink. There is going to be so many paint apps on this thing, and this easily could have come across a lot worse, but they did the best they could. And it's weird how that is the only blotch of red on the entire figure. If you're only going to do that much, you might want to put a little more on Gates's shoulder face. Come on, lads. The paint apps are pretty good, all things considered, and give a very good representation of the suit itself. Now, something I was amazed at when I took a look at the figure when I opened the box, that this is RiderArmor compatible, meaning I can pop off the ride watches, and there are ports on his legs and on his arm where you can attach RiderArmor pieces. And whereas Zi-O 2 would look pretty weird with it, I think this might work with 1 or 2 of the RiderArmors. Hell, you could probably even mismatch a couple. So he's got like Build's drill arm or Exade's hammer fist, that kind of thing. The legs are generally all the same on the RiderArmor, so it doesn't matter which ones you choose. But yeah, you could probably get a lot of playability out of that. And it's a shame I can't really test that out. I hope someone online has already done that and you can see pictures of it around there. But for now, I'm just going to continue with my review. And I really like all these details. Like I said before, they put a lot of effort into distributing the colours very nicely. In terms of articulation, you've got some good shoulder articulation. The face pauldrons move out of the way very nicely, so they're not a hindrance at all. Free movement of the shoulder, of the bicep, of the elbow, of the wrist. No interchangeable hands this time, but you do get a weapon, and a fairly big one at that, so we'll get to that in a second. You've got a decent ab crunch, you've got ball jointed legs, a very deep knee bend, and feetsy ball joints. The joints on this are a little stiff for my liking, but with play that should work itself out. If not, you should be able to put a little grease on the joints and it should come out right as rain. Now, in terms of weapons, you only get one, but it's a fairly big one, because it's the Psycho Garade, the combined weapon of Zi-O 2 and the original Zi-O form. So the Edge of Time plus the second Edge of Time. I forget what it was called. I think it's just Zi-Kan Garade. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, you've got a fairly big sword. Very nice details highlighted on it. and it's actually got a port where you can fit it into his right hand, and there is an associated peg in there. The problem being that the handle is too thick to really have him hold it securely. Even with the peg, it's not lining up and securing in a very good way. So yeah, you can get him to hold it, but it will fall out, and that's kind of failing on the designer's part, because otherwise this would be fairly good. The peg and hole system on the weapons of the RKF line has been very good so far, and this is kind of a letdown because again the handle of the blade is far too thick, and considering he's supposed to wield this kind of two-handed, the fact that you can't even get one hand to hold it properly is a real shame. Like, you can just about get his hands into position, but because of how thick the handle is, it's not going to look great. Plus the tip tends to bend a fair amount. It's all droopy at the end. While his weapon is a bit of a letdown, the fact that this is another figure that inherits the crossplay features of the original Zi-O figure mean you're going to get a lot of playability out of this, and considering that this will run you $24.99 from TokuToyStore.com, I think that playability is a major factor when considering your purchase of this figure. Anyway guys, I've been Sharpo, this has been Kamen Rider Zi-O Trinity, and I'll catch you guys next time on Mint in Box.